Hey, good morning or good afternoon, depending on what the country you're in. Thank you for joining us for the Microsoft Dynamics 365 Hire to Retire Executive Overview. Let me introduce the presenters today. My name is Ken Eldridge. I'm Vice President of Sales and Strategic Alliances at CGS. And we also have Zena Rivas, who is the Microsoft Dynamics Talent Management Consultant at CEM. And we're going to do a high-level executive overview of Microsoft Dynamics 365 Talent Management with CEM. Keeping item, if you do want to ask questions, everybody's on mute, so just submit them via the chat, and we will answer them at the end. We're going to try to leave 5 to 10 minutes at the end for any Q&A. Who is CGS? We've got 32 years of being in business, 7,300 professionals around the world, stable, privately owned company, serving 3,500 plus clients in 40 countries. And we have 3 different divisions. Our applications division is what we're presenting here today, which includes Microsoft Dynamics. We also have a learning and outsourcing business. We're out of New York City. And here are some of our clients in a variety of different industries, obviously recognizable names. So that's a little about CGS. If you have any questions, my email address was on the first slide, which we'll get to you, which is kl@cgsinc.com, and there's Zena's email address as well. CEM has been in business since 2003. They are our primary partner for anything related to talent management, payroll, projects, construction, AEC, etc. And very customer satisfaction. We have quite a few mutual clients together, and we've worked extremely well together as partners. CEM has 150 employees worldwide, 12 offices internationally, and they do their own in-house development with some of the capabilities that you're going to see around Microsoft Dynamics here later on. Both CEM and CEM have won a variety of awards, from President's Club to Partner of the Year, Implementator of the Year, and so forth. CEM focuses on similar industries as CGS. Architecture, engineering, construction firms, anybody in the professional services space, anybody that tracks projects, oil and gas, and public sector. CEM customers, you'll see some of the logos are the same as ours, again, since we worked on some of the same partnerships together. I'll talk a little bit about what is Microsoft Dynamics 365. Most people on this call are some flavor of Microsoft Dynamics, but may not be familiar with Dynamics 365, which is what you're going to see here today. As you can hear, it's one integrated system across your entire business. Everything from finance and operations, project service, sales, customer service, field service, marketing, retail, and the area that we're going to focus primarily on here today is talent management and HR. So one integrated system, all in and using the Microsoft stack, tightly integrated with Microsoft Office 365. There's 2 integrations, so you can easily take any data that's in the system, put it into Excel, manipulate it, and publish it back to Dynamics 365 very easily. So it's not just an export like you get with most systems. It's direct access to the data within Dynamics 365. It runs in the cloud or can run on-premise. So it can run on Azure. That's our primary method of deploying Dynamics 365 is in the cloud. It comes with business intelligence, Power BI, the Microsoft Business Intelligence tool. All of the reports, dashboards, etc., are all written in Power BI, and you can create your own or develop new ones. It also has mobility throughout the system, so it comes pre-built with a variety of mobile apps that you can run on device, including iPhone and any other phone, but get your own app using the tool that comes with it called Power Apps. And then there's an app store as well, App Source, so you can download other apps from other partners. These are the modules that it comes with Microsoft Dynamics 365. And if you're interested in getting this list and this PowerPoint, I'd be happy to send it out to you. Just let us know. There are links in this list if you want to take a look at any more literature or video. You can click on the links. And then lastly, before I turn it over to Zena, CM has added a whole variety of HR and payroll add-ons for Microsoft Dynamics AX 2012 and what you're going to hear today, Microsoft Dynamics 365. Right-hand side, you see all the payroll modules. If you do anything around construction or anything around union payroll or certified payroll, you will absolutely need CEM for that. But for today, we're focusing on the left-hand side. We're focusing on talent management and human resources, recruitment, applicant portal, onboarding, performance management, talent management, compensation management, offboarding, and manpower planning and budgeting. Those are the areas we're going to focus on here over the next 45 minutes or so. And now I'll turn it over to you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Like Ken introduced me, my name is Zena, and I'm a talent and dynamics consultant. And today we're going to be focusing on the talent app of Dynamics 365. That being said, I'll start with giving you an overview about talent and what's the purpose of this app. So when Microsoft looked at building the talent product, they looked at it as an empowerment for HR. It's more to inspire leaders, managers, and individual employees to be part of the organization by empowering these employees and making them feel like they are part of the decision, that their job matters, and that like the employees can see how their job is contributing to the overall success of the company. So the name of talent actually came because it's a new approach of looking at HR outside of human capital management. So like before, people more used to focus on the admin side of HR, on looking at employees as an asset. Yes, they are an asset, and yes, they are an expense, but they cannot be treated as a capital. They are talent, and the new Microsoft app kind of brought together many functionalities of the HR function and made it more interactive with the employees to stay connected and to keep the employees informed at every stage of all development of the company, new trends, new learning tools also for employees, and so on and so forth. So as you can see, Microsoft Dynamics for Talent put the employee at the center of the experience by giving them a way to success from the beginning, from the day they start applying to jobs to the day they leave the company. And therefore, today we're going to talk about the process of hire to retire using talent, and I'll start with that. So I know the organization's expectation has changed, employees' expectation has changed. We don't have any more employees that come and stay like 30 years in an organization. They come to just gather as much as possible of all the information, whatever they can do to strengthen their career, and they leave. How can we fight that? By engaging these employees, making them feel like they're learning and growing inside of this organization, and inspiring them. And also, organization expects from employees to align their performance with the business strategy. They are expecting high-performance culture and employees who are there to succeed. Bringing these two together and giving them the tools to collaborate more and be informed at every stage helps, of course, attaining this target. So HR functionalities have changed throughout the years. It started from administrative tool roles to them being like a strategic partner. So, and it's still evolving now, and we always hear about engagement and empowerment of HR. And Microsoft released Microsoft Talent for making this happen. Now I'm going to start with the first application, which is Attract. So as you can see, this is the home screen of Talent. We have many modules here. You can have Attract, benefit management, business processes. We're going to dive in to every functionality later during this presentation. Two applications for now are Attract and Onboarding, and of course, other applications keep being added. So I'm going to start diving into the Attract part. So Microsoft did an acquisition of LinkedIn, which is a huge step in making this Attract a very successful application. LinkedIn now has more than 500 million subscribers, professionals, people looking for jobs, leaders, influencers. So LinkedIn now is a very big hub for all business and professionals. So Attract is and LinkedIn work together in the sense of LinkedIn works as an ATS, like an applicant tracking system, where people log in and they can view jobs, apply to jobs, and recruiters using LinkedIn for recruiters can, of course, hire candidates, headhunt candidates, interact with these candidates, and at the same time, candidates can be informed at each and every step of the hiring process, what's happening. So here, as you can see, by using Attract, you can start with viewing the application, doing the assessment, the screening, setting interviews, up to the offer, sending the offer for the candidate. Now, me personally, I used to work in HR before I became consultant, and I used to use LinkedIn all the time. I used to headhunt even C-level positions, and LinkedIn, even before people used to use it to this extent, like today, it used to be my go-to. So this acquisition, I believe, is going to change and revolutionize the way recruitment is happening. So, like I said, this is like a glimpse of what the recruiter or hiring manager can see. He can see the profile of the candidate, and he can track each and every step of the hiring process. Now, as you can know, in big organizations, usually you have a hiring manager and you have recruiters. And usually hiring managers are in the dark of what kind of talent is being selected. They don't know really what's going on with a certain position. While using this interactive tool, hiring managers are connected step by step to what the recruiters are doing, and they can track the status of each and every applicant. So, for example, here, let's say I'm a hiring manager and I'm looking at Cameron. I like his profile, I like his experience. The assessment and screening have been already done. Now I want to see what's going on with the interview. In the screen, we can see that there's many functionalities also for candidates. So here, as a hiring manager, I can request the candidate availability, interact with the candidate, choose the interviewers I want to participate in the selection and the decision-making of the hiring process. I can set some interview details, showing the length, the date, and the place where the interview is happening. also by using Attract, I can view the calendar of all these recruiters. Like Brandon here, I can see that he's available on Tuesday, October 3rd. So I can select this date for him and send him this request for the interview. If Brandon was available, he's going to accept it, and so on and so forth with the rest of the recruiters. And like I said, that gives me a visibility as a hiring manager to see the interview stages, who's being interviewed, and when the interview is happening. Here is an overview of this calendar that I just talked about. So now I have all my interviews set with my different recruiters, with the location, and if I have any particular message I would like to send them. Recruiters are going to, of course, do the interview, and talent here allow these interviewers to actually sign in even from their phone or, of course, from their desktop, and after the interview is over, and put their feedback. They can add their notes. They can do many functionalities in the screen. So me as a hiring manager, I can come here and see, okay, so these people did the interview already. This is their feedback, and I think Cameron is a very good fit for our company. So I'm going to go ahead and advance him in the stage and send him an offer. The offer management just came in from Microsoft, so it's still in this first preview, if you will. It's not available yet, but the offer management is a very interesting tool that's coming. It allows you to tailor the offer for the candidate, the salary, have multiple approvals electronically, and so on and so forth. So for now, I'm just gonna not talk about this offer management since it's not available yet, but it's something to keep in mind that it's coming. So after the interview and everything's been done, like I said, we are ready to offer the candidate the job. We just advance him and send the offer. If, according to the feedback, we think that this person is not a good fit, I can just reject him and move on. Now, the candidate at every stage can see where he's at, can see whether it's been his application is rejected, accepted, what's going on. So as you can see, this interactive tool makes it more possible for a communication between the applicants, recruiters, hiring manager. Everyone is working together. Everyone has visibility. While we're waiting for Cameron to make a decision, let's go ahead and look at talent. So I'm going to come back here to talent. I'm sorry. I think it's time out. So I'm going to come here home. And I explained before, here you can have access to all the modules. You can see what's going on and all that. So now let's see, as a hiring manager, how I can set my onboarding process for the candidates to make their onboarding and first day of joining the company a successful one. And when I talk about onboarding, I'm not talking about the administrative side of onboarding like it's been known for. I'm talking more about setting the employee for success, giving him the right resources, the right tools, the right contacts, and so on and so forth. So if I come here and I show you from an HR professional, the screen you can view using onboarding. So I'm going to go ahead and go to onboarding here. Apparently accepted our offer. So we are going to go ahead and prepare his onboarding. This functionality of onboarding makes it possible to tailor the welcome message or any message I would like to do. I can use the sample message from here, or I can add other details, whatever I want to do. This screen here is all about activities. So in the screen, I can go ahead and select certain activities I would like my new hire to do. For example, I want him to learn about his new role. I want him to see his required training. I want him to read the company handbook. all I need to do is drag and drop the activities I'm selecting for him. And now when we switch to the employee view, we can see how he will see this information. For example, order your equipment, tour your office, blah, blah. Now here I come to contacts. I can add some contacts that I think are going to be useful to this employee, maybe people who are going to teach him, or people who he will be working closely with, so on and so forth. Also here I can add any kind of resources, and now I'm going to show you another ready set onboarding. So here I can drag and drop maybe PowerPoint presentation, maybe some tutorial videos, and other resources that I think can help making this onboarding a successful one. So, okay. Now I'm going to go ahead. So I'm going to show you Damien how his onboarding is going to be. So Damien is going to log in, maybe the company login if he was granted one, and if not, he can use his LinkedIn logins and come in here where he can access the screen. He's going to see the welcome message that we just customized. You can see the activities that the HR department chose for him. So he needs to complete a background check and attend an employee orientation, do some required training, and so on and so forth. This is the contact page that I was just showing you. He can see, okay, so I guess Ryan is my go-to person if I want to learn anything about operations, Zoe and Rekha. So basically here, by giving the employee the contacts and the people to go to the first day or the first week, or when he starts a new job, he doesn't feel like he's lost, he doesn't know where to go and who to contact in case he needs anything. You're putting all this information in, which is going to help him succeed with his job. Also here, like I said, the tab of resources. As you can see, we have PDF attachment, docs attachment. You can also add videos, and so on and so forth. So this is in regarding to whatever the employee is going to see when he comes and he starts his new role in the company. So onboarding is the other application of Microsoft Talent besides Attract. And it's very, very important to set the employee for success. Now I'm going to go back to wear the hat of an HR professional, and I'm going to show you as employee what kind of functionalities you get to have using Talent. So here, as you can, I'm going to go back home. And this is the original screen. As I said before, when you again, you can see the to-do list. So, for example, for onboarding, this is the to-do list pending on me. Apparently, I have a lot of overdue tasks, so I need to organize my time better. So here you can see what you have to do, and it's, of course, sorted by importance and by date. You can also go here to people, and I can see in a glimpse like that the hierarchy of the company. So I'm Brooke, I report to Claire, that reports to Charlie. That I can see my reporting line, also my team who's under me. This is my information. I can, for example, here I have an expired certification. I can see any, for example, I got a new passport and I need to change the number. I can see all my information here. I can see if I have any tests coming, change my emergency contacts, and so on and so forth. Like I said, also I can see my team and direct reporting. Now, if I really want to use those functionalities, I have the employee self-service. The employee self-service allows you to do a lot of modification, if you will, to interact with your team, to check the leave, the absence of your team, to approve their leave, to do some setting goals for them, to do the performance review for them, a lot of other functionalities. So coming back, this is how the employee self-service looks. I'm Brooke again. This is my information. This is a summary about me, what are my work items, my questionnaires. I can always access the company directory here. Like if I need to contact someone, I can just go ahead to the directory and find that person with the email, phone number, and information I might need. This is a very useful tool. That way I can connect to any employee, even let's say I'm not friends with that person, but I still need his number for any emergency. I can just access it anytime and anywhere. Here is some information about me, my career, my time off, requested time off, my benefits. I can here also track my competencies if I want to subscribe to any course, if I have anything to add in my professional experience. I manage everything about me in one word, like everything literally. At the same time, I can access my team. So here I have Ellen and I have Luke. I can access summary about them. For example, let's go to Ellen. Here I can access her details, the certificate, compensation, courses, reviews. I can also track her time off if she's having a lot of absences. Like I can go and talk to her and see what's going on with her. I can set her performance goals, her skills, and so on and so forth. I can also view their compensation. If, for example, it's the time of the year where we're all waiting for that raise. So here I can see their annual salary, based on the performance, see if I want to add or increase their salary, or maybe change their position, maybe promote them, maybe transfer them, and so on and so forth. Like I said, here you can come and you can see their performance goals. You can see what they haven't started, if they are on track, what they need to improve. So this is in relation to employee self-service. Now I'm going to go back to my personnel management. I'm going to show you here in a nutshell when you log in and when you choose this functionality. This is the screen you get, and you can see the activities happening right now. For example, I can see the candidates that I am to hire. See Cameron that we sent offer. He's here. He didn't accept it yet, so they are to offer. Now, Christina, on the other hand, approved the offer, and she's going to be starting soon on November 20th. A recent hire that we just saw the onboarding process for John Smith. He started on the 13th of November. And I can see also here overdue tasks to make sure that, I can follow up. I'm in the loop what's happening with him in his onboarding process. And like we said in the beginning of this webinar, it's not just about a right onboarding, it's also about the right offboarding too. So the same way we do care a lot about how to onboard properly our employee, we need to make sure that any employee exiting is exiting the right way, having all the documents he needs, and also he has returned all the equipment or any company belongings, and all the other steps according to to each and every company's internal practices. So I have Yancho, who's going to exit soon. He's going to be exiting on the 20th. And this is Lisa. She left us on the 10th of November. So I can always, like I said, track the checklist, track the overdue task, and make sure I'm in the loop of everything that's happening in the organization. I can also see how many employees there is, how many contractors, what are my open positions, and so on. So if I'm going to go here, I can show you in the links anything and everything about the worker. I can see them as a list. I can do some worker actions. I can hire. I can set my checklist for onboarding, and I'm going to come to this in a bit, and do all my setups. So I'm going to go ahead and come back here, and let's see if we are hiring manually an employee. We can do that too. So here the employees, the candidates to hire are coming from our applicant tracking system, which is in this case LinkedIn. So let's say we have an employee that gave us a referral, and this person did not apply through LinkedIn. We're just going to hire this employee manually. So I'm going to go ahead and click Hire a New Employee, and the screen will open. So for example, I'm going to hire Jane. She's an employee of USMF. This is the legal entity. I can here fill her personal information, Social Security. I can here put her employment start date, and so on and so forth. Now, also, to make sure Jane is going to have a successful onboarding, I can here choose what kind of tasks are needed for her onboarding. So I have created previously a US-only list of tasks, and all I need to do is select that here. And I'm going to take you and show you how we can set those tasks later. This makes it very easy and very productive for people to already make a set of checklists. So, for example, Jane is going to come. She's going to need a new laptop. She's going to need an access key. She needs new trainings. She needs many things. So I will regroup these tasks under US only, for example, or executives only, and I can set those tasks. So all I need to do is just select it, and it's going to know what kind of tasks to bring in and who are the people assigned to complete these tasks. And we're going to check this out in a few minutes. So I can say hire and add details here. Then this list is, screen is going to open. As you can see here, I can add the addresses for Jane. I can add any contact information. I can add her personal information, her ethnic origin for the EO reports, her birthday. I can add her bank accounts, anything that I need to start her. Also, I can set her payroll information by linking her position to the right company and to the right schedule of payment. I can set her compensation. I can also add her employment details here, her start date, financial dimensions, how many PTO she's going to have in the leave and absence module. Also, I can do her benefits. And like anything that I need to do or I need to add for the employee, I can do it through the screen. So, like that, this is the profile of Jane. And then I just complete it, and the employee is added. Now, going back to what I was talking about regarding the tasks, I would love to show you the functionality and how easy it is to use the task management. So I come here, and as you can see, I can view Christina Jackson. So these are the onboarding tasks for that person. She needs a background check. She needs to confirm the offer, welcome call, like different tasks that I want. I can always add new tasks. I can assign them to whoever. So, for example, Brooke is responsible for doing the following task. But as we all know, employees can be unavailable sometimes. They can go on vacation. For any reason that Brooke is available, I can just very easily reassign that task to any other worker to complete it. I can change the status if something was completed or not. I can manage basically all the tasks in this list. So we spoke about them. I'm sorry. I had the wrong screen. Going to task management. This is where I'm going to set my list of tasks. I have checklists for onboarding, I have checklists for offboarding, and even for transition. So let's say here I'm going to come and I'm saying, these are my tasks. I can add new tasks. I can edit existing ones. I can edit to who I want to assign it for. Also, the due date offset, I can just edit it and do it the way I want. As you can see here, I have 3 groups only. I can add as many groups that I want and group the tasks under these groups right here. And just when I'm hiring a new person or I'm onboarding that person, I can just assign the list of tasks for this employee. So task management is very, very useful in making sure that everything that the employee needs is being taken care of by everybody of the company. So this is about task management here. Like we said, there's a lot of other functionalities for talent, and I'm going to go through them and show you what you can do with talent. So, for example, here, there's this thing called business processes. Business processes is basically for you to create a process and ensure every step of this process is going to be met. So, for example, here, there's an activity called HR audit. So I'm going to make sure that my HR department is compliant with all the HR requirements. So I create here and I add as many tasks as I want, and I assign it to the people I want them to take care of. So this business process is very important for companies to make sure they are compliant with all the regulatory demands and needs. So like I said, I created here an HR audit. You can create whatever business process you want, and then, like I said, you can just add the tasks and assign it to people and make sure it's all being done. So this is very important functionality also that talent allows you to do. Like I said, talent allows a lot of interaction between employees, management, HR department, people in the organization, potential employees. All of them are collaborating together. Everyone has transparency regarding the goals and the strategy of the company and where they're heading in the future. And accordingly, they can align their performance, their goals, their way of doing their job, maybe their education, all towards meeting these future goals of the company, and therefore like achieving an overall success for the organization itself and for the employees. And of course, having happy customers, because happy employees means happy customers. So now that we saw the onboarding, we saw how we can use employee self-service to do a lot of things, including managing your team, managing the performance of the team, managing leave and absences, and viewing all that kind of things. I'm going to show you a very interesting functionality that Talent has, which is a lot of dashboards and metrics that allows you to have, especially as managers, you don't want to dive into details. You just have an overview for making maybe a quick decision, or you just want to see what's going on in your company. Talent has a lot of nice dashboards and metrics that I'm going to show you now that allows you to just, in a nutshell, in a few seconds, have transparency and visibility in what's going on in your organization. So, for example, if I go back to here, my personnel management, and on analytics, I see that I can view my headcount, the distribution of my headcount, headcount by location, how many open to be filled positions there is, how many inactive positions there is, my total headcount, like I said, and gender distribution, the headcount by department. Also, I can track my different locations. For example, as I see here, I have a location in France, another one in the U.S. I can see, in a nutshell, the open positions by department and by company. I zoom into the map and just decide to go to a certain location and see where my company is and what's going on with my California branch, how many current headcount they have. Also here, as you can see, you have tabs on here, so you can dive into more details. For example, here I want to have an analysis of the headcount by company and by department. All these beautiful graphs here shows you the number in a nutshell. And no, managers don't have the time to just read endless Excel tables, so this will give them all the information they want. Also here you can see there's other analysis, such as by position and by job. I can see the account by manager, how many employees are reporting to each and every manager here, and so on and so forth. You can see the headcount trend analysis. For example, during the past 12 months, it's been my headcount. So apparently, I don't have a high turnover ratio, which is very good. You can see here the full-time analysis, also by departments and by full-time or part-time, by number of FTEs and so on and so forth. So I'm going to wrap it up because we don't have much time left, but this kind of analytics, you can find it in even the learning functionality of talent. So for example, you can see like an overview of the skills you have in the company, or for example, if you have, let's say your employees need a certain certification. So you can view here and you think, you can have an overview of the course offered, the instructors, the location, so how many registrations are by location, and the courses attended by job. For example, I have 5 consultants attending trainings, while I have 9 machine operators attending health and safety training. I can see the course tab by company. I can have a course analysis by location status, and so on and so forth. I even can dive in to see my instructor analysis, how many courses this instructor has given, and his success rate as well. I can see what are the courses offered, and I can also see the design of these courses. In development here, I also have that kind of analytics. Like you see, I can see the skills. I can see the low and high skill type in my company. I have this skill analysis here by employee. I can skill profile, and so on and so forth. So, like I said, in a nutshell, talent, if we talk about each and every functionality in details, we require not 1 hour, maybe 2-3 hours and more, because it has a lot to offer, and still is a product of Microsoft. As I said, it kind of revolutionized the concept of HR from just be an administrative role or just strategic HR to more of interactive HR functionality that is always interacting with applicants, new employees, and so on and so forth. So, like I said, always one step actually, which is offboarding an employee. So, like exactly the same way we did onboard an employee and the personal management here, I can come and terminate an employee. For terminating this employee, I also have a checklist. I also have all the that I need to succeed. So, for example, here, let's say I'm going to come and look for one employee who's been having a very bad performance lately. And this employee has been given many warnings, but still he's not able to catch up. So, but for Diego's going to be leaving us soon. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to just select terminate this employee. this is how easy it is. So I can just select the termination reason, and I say involuntary because, as I said, he hasn't been performing well, and I can here assign any offboarding checklist. I can customize this checklist like we saw for the onboarding, same thing, and then all I need to do is just click terminate, and that's how easy it is. So like you see using talent, here it gives me a notification to tell me that this employee has been terminated. Using talent saves HR managers, professionals, recruiters a lot of time. It puts everything and every tool they need available at their hand in just one click of a button. They are able to do all the functionalities from hiring an employee to screening to even interviewing an employee to giving feedback, to collaborate with other recruiters and the hiring manager regarding the best time to do this. Also, the applicants always, in loop of what's going on with this application. Like I said, you can manage everything about your team. You can manage the performance, the leave, the benefits, the management. You can manage the onboarding, the offboarding, learning processes of the company, and just align everybody's goals together for the success of the company. So this is talent in a nutshell. I hope I covered as much as I can in the short time that I had today. Of course, if you are interested in finding out more about talent and more about what this new product has to offer from Microsoft, we're more than happy to set a demo with you. Like I said previously, my email is also there, and this is email address. You guys reach out to me, and I'll be more than happy to just show you whatever caught your eye and whatever functionality you're mostly interested in, and to dive in more details. But because of time limitation, I'm going to end it here today. Any questions for anyone? I guess now we have like 10 minutes left. I'll be more than happy to answer any question you guys have.
Great job, Zina. Thank you very much. That's a good executive overview of talent management and HR. So if you have any questions, you could do one of two things. Either you can send a message to Zina and I right now via chat, or I gave out email addresses at the beginning. If you are interested in Microsoft Dynamics 365 in general, just email me and we'll set something up personally for you and your organization. My email address again is keldridge, KELDRIDGE @bgsinc.com, and Zina's address, Zina @cembs.com. So if you have any interest in HR, we'll get Zina and I on a call with you and put something tailored together for your needs. So again, either any questions, send them now via the chat or send them via email. Jared, do we have any questions so far?
Yes, so two questions come in. The first question says, do we need Dynamics 365 to be able to use talent?
Actually, Talent is an app by itself. It's independent. Of course, it's recommended to use it with Microsoft Dynamics 365, even with LinkedIn and the whole process that I showed you, because you can put your data all together and under one umbrella. Like I said, Talent is an independent app. So, for example, people can just choose to use Attract on its own. They can choose just to use Onboard on its own. So you do not have to use Dynamics 365 to be able to use Talent, but it's definitely recommended to do so.
Thank you, Anna. The second question says, do we need BI to access the dashboard of analytics that we saw in the demo?
That's a very interesting question, actually. I was pretty sure that people are going to like the analytics and dashboard. But to answer the question, no, you don't need Power BI to view the analytics that we just saw. These are available once you use Talent. And dashboard that we just saw in these modules right here, they're available to use once you're using Talent.
Thank you.
Thanks, Zena. Any other questions, Jairus?
No, that was all for today.
Okay. So anybody on this call, if you would like access to this recording of our presentation today, just shoot us a quick message and we'll get you a copy of it. If you have other people within your organization that you think are interested in learning more about Dynamics 365 and talent management in particular, just send us a message. We'll get you out the link. And with I will adjourn the meeting. Thank you, everybody, for your time today. Appreciate it. And talk to you in the future.
Yes, thank you, everybody, for watching this, and hopefully we'll be hearing from you soon. Have a good day, everyone.
Do the same.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.